Yeah, so Bitcoin's been a beautiful chart kind of thing here, and I'll go over it. Basically, you had the breakdown of the head and shoulders, and the breakdown here. Here's your shoulder, head, and shoulder. Once this trend line broke, it was a quick fall to 30,000, which was your calculated target on the head and shoulder pattern breakdown. From that point on, we went into this choppy pattern, finally moving up and breaking above this trend line. That sent us to a retrace to what we call the scene of the crime, which is this breakdown trend line here is now up here. Price always likes to go back and retest it. Notice as soon as we tagged that, immediately Bitcoin got pummeled, bear flag, pummeled down back to this support. The projections that I've been making continue to tell me it'll chop sideways for a short amount of time here. Then it'll break into this 30 to 40 range down here. Eventually, it's going to break 30,000 and go to about 18 to 20,000. So, and again, I always like to caveat this and say, long term, I'm a huge Bitcoin bull, right? I think 100,000, 500,000 is on the horizon, but you have to wash out the weak hands. There's so much leverage in the system, including in the stock market, that eventually it'll get washed out. It needs to bring Bitcoin in and flush out those weak hands, and then you can finally look for the next super cycle that should take us to 100 and 500,000. And that'll, by the way, when that happens, you're going to see regulation, which people are scared of. I think it's a hugely important thing for Bitcoin. You got to have regulation. Otherwise, pension funds won't buy, hedge funds won't buy, institutions won't buy. That's the big money you need to really go in. And then Bitcoin takes off to the moon. So if they can get a framework of kind of regulation and they feel confident, then they'll start buying. And my guess is that'll be the next cycle. It'll probably coincide with a cycle where the dollar really starts to deteriorate.
What's your take on some of the sectors? So I recently did a video on how a lot of cybersecurity issues can be bearish for things like Bitcoin. I think the Biden administration just came out and regulated an exchange that had a lot of ransomware and things like that. We saw Polygon network get hacked for 600 million and stuff. So I've been kind of looking at the cybersecurity sector, stocks like Cisco, Cyber ETF and things. What's your take on how that may impact the digital assets going forward?
Yeah, so it's a major hurdle for digital assets, and just from personal experience, right? So I have people that I know, direct, people that have had their SIM cards hijacked, and then people have gotten into their crypto accounts and stolen their cryptocurrencies, right? And so a big thing I always say is make sure your SIM card is locked with your AT&T or Verizon or T-Mobile so that they can't be hijacked. But that is a scary thing, and the fact that the government doesn't back any of these, and the risk is, I mean, the person, they lost their Bitcoin. I mean, it was gone and there's nothing that they can do about it. So, I mean, these type of things are scary for individual investors and probably institutions as well. And it's one of the reasons why I think you need more regulation. You need the government to come out and say, okay, we're going to start, having the FDIC insurance type thing for these accounts. Crypto brokers like Coinbase need to back these cryptocurrencies and so forth, so that if they do get stolen, just like if you get, if your credit card gets stolen, you get your money back. That needs to be the same sort of framework put in to cryptocurrencies. And if you take these steps, people will feel more confident in holding cryptocurrencies. Institutions will adopt them more, and that's where the real upside is on cryptocurrency.